During his campaign, President Trump made a steadfast commitment to American citizens. He would neither reduce Social Security nor Medicare benefits, vowing that not a single cent would be taken away. "I will not cut one penny from Social Security or Medicare, and I will not increase the retirement age by even 1 day," he proclaimed. At first glance, this reassurance seems promising, yet could it truly be feasible? The complexity arises when considering Trump's proposal to eliminate federal taxes on Social Security benefits, which currently affect about 40% of recipients. Although this change appears to be a significant victory for seniors, let's remember that the tax was first implemented in 1983 and expanded in 1993 to boost Social Security revenues. So how does the taxation work? It hinges on what the administration terms your combined income, a calculation that includes your adjusted gross income along with tax-free interest and half of your Social Security benefits. If you're a single filer earning less than $25,000 or a married couple under $32,000, you're already exempt from these taxes. However, should your income exceed these thresholds, up to 85% of your benefits could be taxed, and Trump's plan might provide relief by eliminating those taxes. Critics, however, warn that if taxes on distributions cease, it would lead to a reduction in the trust fund, exacerbating an already precarious situation. According to the Social Security Administration, a mere 4% of the trust fund originates from these taxes, while a whopping 90% stems from payroll taxes. Experts caution that while aiming to aid some retirees now may seem altruistic, it could cost the trust fund over $1 trillion within the next decade, potentially depleting it a year sooner than projected. Interestingly, Democratic lawmakers have introduced a proposal dubbed "You Earn It, You Keep It" in 2024, signaling agreement with Trump's intent to eliminate taxes on benefits. As for Vivek Ramaswamy, speculation regarding proposed cuts to Social Security lingers. Yet he is focused primarily on slashing governmental spending, with no concrete cuts to Social Security announced at this time. He too reiterated in 2023 his commitment to protecting seniors' benefits. Now is the time to pay attention. It's crucial that you stand with those who are fighting to preserve your benefits. Stay informed and make your voice heard. Demand accountability and transparency from your leaders regarding Social Security and Medicare. This is your future. Rise up and protect it. We must honor our existing commitments as a foundation of trust. My priority is economic growth, specifically boosting GDP in this country. If we remain stagnated at a growth rate of around 1%, we'll face financial challenges. However, a revival to 4% GDP growth can effectively alleviate many of our fiscal issues. So, how do we stimulate our economy? It starts with unleashing American energy. Embrace drilling, fracking, coal, and nuclear power. Let's put people back to work by stopping the use of federal funds that incentivize them to stay home. We need to reform the Federal Reserve to stabilize the dollar. And we must dismantle the bureaucratic systems that suffocate our economy with excessive regulations. This approach could lead us back to a robust GDP growth of 3% to 5% or more. As we generate wealth, our financial burdens lessen, improving our debt-to-GDP ratio, allowing us to thoughtfully address Social Security issues. Currently, working seniors are penalized for earning, with many receiving just 2 cents for every additional dollar they make. This is counterproductive. With more job openings than job seekers, individuals who want to work should continue receiving their Social Security payments while also earning an income. This enhances economic growth and resolves unintended inefficiencies in the system. It's crucial we act now to reform Social Security without impacting current seniors. Economic growth is the solution to our challenges, and by increasing the workforce, we can boost payroll taxes while reducing unemployment. We must advocate for deregulation to help businesses thrive and prioritize fixing Social Security complications. Let's stand together and call for these vital changes. Take action. Now support the movement for a thriving economy and a fairer social security system for all. He has actively engaged with politicians through his DOGE Commission to identify potential targets for federal spending cuts. Consider J.D. Vance's suggestions regarding Social Security. Recently, Vice President J.D. Vance articulated to the Times that we have 7 million prime-age men who are currently out of the workforce, often relying on public resources for support. By revitalizing millions of these individuals and transitioning them from unemployment to employment, we can elevate wages across the board, enhance tariffs, and significantly extend our financial trajectory beyond the 9 or 10 years projected by actuaries. The influx of revenue from increased tariffs and a larger, more productive workforce will not only boost tax collections, but also drive economic growth. It's clear that leaders like Trump, Vance, Elon, and Vivek recognize that the key to ensuring the Social Security Trust Fund's solvency lies in expanding the economy and creating jobs. If we can successfully transition the unemployed into the workforce, we have the power to enhance payroll tax revenues, potentially securing Social Security for decades to come. However, behind closed doors, both Republicans and Democrats are drafting contingency proposals to address the possibility that this economic growth may not materialize. What options do we have for reforming Social Security? Here are 5 impactful proposals. First, upraising the full retirement age, with Republicans advocating for an increase from 67 to 69. Similar adjustments were made in the past, such as President Reagan's shift from 65 to 67. It's crucial we consider that extending the retirement age could mitigate 20 to 30% of the funding shortfall. While it makes sense to align the retirement age with increasing life expectancies, we must remember that this change predominantly affects those with shorter lifespans and lower incomes. Additionally, many individuals still retire in their mid-60s after all. Physical and mental capabilities have their limits. Now, let's examine another alternative reducing cost of living adjustments COLAs. This approach could have a significant and immediate impact, affecting both current recipients and future retirees. According to Social Security actuaries, cutting COLAs by just half a percentage point could bridge approximately 29% of the long-term funding gap, suggesting a far greater influence than merely adjusting the retirement age. So, if presented with a choice, would you rather delay your retirement age or experience a reduction in COLAs? The time for decisive action is now. Let's advocate for a fair and sustainable solution that secures the future of Social Security for all. Embrace the conversation and make your voice heard. Don't wait for change to come. Be the catalyst for it. I want to know what you think, so please share your opinions in the comments. Social Security is mostly funded through payroll taxes, meaning that individuals earning a salary contribute a portion of their income to the Social Security Trust Fund. Currently, employees contribute 6.2% of their wages, matched by employers. If you're self-employed, you bear the full 12.4%. A recent University of Maryland report suggests that slowly increasing the payroll tax from 6.2% to 6.5% over 6 years could cut the Social Security shortfall by 15%. With 85% of Republicans and 88% of Democrats in favor of this adjustment. This tax would impact everyone earning an income. But here's the intriguing part. There's a cap on the wages subject to this payroll tax, which is adjusted for inflation most years. By 2025, this cap will be set at $176,177. It's important to note that Social Security taxes are only levied on earned income, excluding stock options or dividends, which means that revenue from such sources does not contribute to Social Security funding. One significant proposal on the table is to eliminate the income cap on Social Security taxes entirely. The 2023 Social Security Expansion Act, introduced by Democrats, aims to tax earned income exceeding $250,000 and any investment income for individuals making over $1. If implemented, this would mean significant contributions from high earners like Elon Musk, who could pay an additional $2.9 billion, while no one earning less than $250,000 would see an increase in their taxes. Interestingly, only 4% of Americans earn over $250,000, meaning the vast majority would remain unaffected. The bill claims that the extra tax revenue will enhance Social Security benefits by $2,400 annually and secure the program's viability for the next 75 years. Impacting merely 3% of the population with higher taxes, a change many won't oppose. However, we anticipate some resistance due to various reasons. While concerns about fraud and waste exist in many government sectors, the Social Security Department remains one of the more robust agencies against such issues. Tightening the process for receiving Social Security disability benefits has been discussed. But the reality is that fraud is minimal and the thorough application process already filters out the majority. Unfortunately, cuts to the Social Security Department have resulted in staffing being at a 50-year low, which has caused significant delays, leading to tragic outcomes such as 30,000 applicants passing away in 2023 while waiting for their benefits. It is unlikely that Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy will focus on Social Security reform, as they are likely to target areas with a higher possibility of reducing fraud. So, what exactly is means testing? It's a governmental evaluation to determine who qualifies for certain benefits. Now is the time to engage in this important conversation and advocate for a system that supports those who truly need it. Your voice matters. Join the discussion today. Social Security operates on a system where everyone receives benefits tied to their earnings history rather than individual need. While both Democrats and Republicans have largely resisted means testing, wealthy figures like Warren Buffett have endorsed it as a viable option. A Maryland report highlights that cutting benefits for the top 20% of income earners could address 11% of the shortfall. Garnering overwhelming support, 90% of Republicans and 94% of Democrats agree. This consensus arises because the wealthiest earners represent a small fraction, making it easier for the majority to back such measures without personal consequences. However, Congress appears more inclined to raise taxes or alter retirement ages than to reduce payments for the affluent. What does this mean for your Social Security benefits? Currently, proposals, including those from Trump, do not directly affect your benefits if you're eligible yet haven't started collecting. It's crucial to weigh the advantages and disadvantages of claiming benefits now versus delaying, preferably with a qualified financial advisor. Often, the benefits of delaying may not surpass the immediate rewards of collecting now, especially as changes loom on the horizon. Don't let speculation or emotions drive your financial decisions. Secure your future by staying informed. The current system is unsustainable for younger generations, and being proactive is essential. Don't wait, learn about your options today and take control of your financial future.